Revolving light man UTD ready £51 million bid. Zaïre-Emery update. JJ Gabriel debut. Garnacho exit. Firestar. What if I told you Manchester United could be about to make one of the biggest midfield moves of the summer, but the deal is far more complicated than it first appears? Reports coming out of France suggest United are preparing a bid worth around £51 million for Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Warren Zaïre-Emery. It is a player Erik ten Hag's recruitment team admired years ago, and his name is right back at the top of the shortlist. Will PSG even consider selling one of France's brightest young stars? According to reports from France, Manchester United are considering an opening offer of around €60 million, which works out at roughly £51 million. PSG reportedly believe the midfielder is worth significantly more and are expected to demand close to €80 million before even thinking about negotiations. That difference in valuation could become the biggest obstacle in this deal. United's interest isn't new either. The club first explored the possibility of signing Zaïre-Emery back in 2023, when he was still a teenager making headlines across Europe. Even then, scouts believed he had the technical quality, maturity and intelligence to become one of the continent's elite midfielders. 3 years later, United have returned. Before we go further, this is Final Whiz, your home for daily Manchester United coverage, and if you want every transfer update, confirmed signing, and breaking story delivered before anyone else, make sure you subscribe, hit like, and drop a comment telling us which story in today's video matters most to you. After already strengthening the midfield with Andre Santos and Youri Tielemans, Manchester United are still searching for another player capable of controlling games against Europe's best teams. Zaïre-Emery fits that profile. He can play as a defensive midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder and, when needed, even fill in at right back, a tactical flexibility that modern managers value enormously. Last season he featured in more than 50 matches for PSG and also represented France on the international stage. But there is another side to this story. Although he played regularly during parts of the season, much of that opportunity came while senior players were unavailable through injury. Once PSG's strongest lineup returned, Zaïre-Emery found himself spending more time on the bench during the biggest matches. That raises an important question. Does he see his long-term future in Paris, or is this the right moment to move to the Premier League and become a guaranteed starter? A move to Old Trafford could offer him regular football and a central role in the project. However, convincing PSG is only half the battle, as the player himself would also need to believe United's project is the right step for his career. With several top European clubs continuing to monitor his situation, United know they cannot afford to wait too long. And speaking of the future of Manchester United, the next story could be just as exciting. A 15-year-old academy sensation is now on the verge of making his first team debut, and many inside the club believe he could become the next talent to emerge from Carrington. Let's talk about JJ Gabriel. JJ Gabriel is only 15 years old, but he is already being talked about as one of the brightest talents to come through Carrington in years. According to the latest reports, Gabriel is expected to be included in the squad for Manchester United's second pre-season friendly against Rosenborg. While nothing has been officially confirmed yet, this could be the first opportunity for fans to see him involved with the senior team. Players don't usually train regularly with the first team at this age, and Gabriel has reportedly impressed the coaching staff with his ability, maturity, and attitude. Last season, he scored 26 goals in 29 matches for United's youth teams, helping them reach the FA Youth Cup final. Those numbers are notable, but what draws attention from coaches is the way he plays: quick, direct in one-on-one situations, and unafraid of older opponents. After training with the senior squad earlier this week, Gabriel hinted at this moment with a message on Instagram, writing, "The longer you wait for something, the more you appreciate it when you get it, because anything worth having is worth waiting for." Many fans believe that message may have been a sign that he knows his opportunity is getting closer. Speaking about the teenager previously, Michael Carrick praised both his talent and his mentality, making clear that everyone at the club believes Gabriel has a big future, while stressing the importance of patience. Manchester United have learned lessons from previous young stars, and rushing a player's development can do more harm than good, so the club wants Gabriel to grow naturally and be fully prepared before becoming a regular first-team player. Still, even a few minutes against Rosenborg would be another milestone in a promising C career. If stories like this, the ones the bigger channels tend to miss, are what you come here for, make sure you are subscribed to Final Whiz. We cover every Manchester United angle, not just the headline transfers, and your subscription genuinely helps this channel keep bringing you news like this first. And while one young talent is preparing for his big chance, another has already arrived. Manchester United have officially strengthened their academy by completing the signing of Tynan Thompson from Tottenham Hotspur. The deal is worth an initial £4 million, with performance-related add-ons potentially taking the total value to £8 million. Whenever Manchester United are willing to spend that kind of money on a teenager, it usually tells you the club believes they are signing a player with genuine first-team potential. Sources inside English football have described Thompson as one of the most exciting young wide players in his age group, direct, technically gifted, and comfortable taking defenders on. It also shows that the club's recruitment strategy has changed, moving to secure talent before their value increases significantly rather than waiting for players to become expensive stars. But while United are building for the future, one former player could already be preparing for another major move. Alejandro Garnacho's future has taken another twist, and the latest reports suggest Aston Villa are now leading the race. Just 12 months ago, many believed leaving Old Trafford would give the Argentine winger a fresh start. Instead, his future is once again surrounded by uncertainty. According to the latest reports, Aston Villa have emerged as the strongest contenders to sign Garnacho after Chelsea reshaped their attacking plans. The situation changed following Chelsea's move for Morgan Rogers, leaving Garnacho with increased competition for minutes. Villa are understood to be exploring a deal that could begin as a loan before becoming permanent if certain conditions are met. For Unai Emery, Garnacho still represents significant potential. The Villa manager reportedly believes that, in the right environment, the 22-year-old can rediscover the form that once made him one of Europe's most exciting young wingers. From Garnacho's point of view, regular football is now the priority, since sitting on the bench at this stage of his career helps nobody. Whether Chelsea agree to those terms remains to be seen, but this is a story worth watching over the coming weeks. Meanwhile, another player previously linked with Manchester United now appears to be heading elsewhere. Crysencio Summerville is reportedly close to joining Al-Hilal after the Saudi club agreed to meet West Ham's valuation. United had monitored the Dutch winger earlier in the transfer window, but interest cooled as the club focused on other priorities. One major reason was Marcus Rashford's situation. With Rashford now expected to remain at Old Trafford, United no longer see the same urgency to invest heavily in another wide forward. That decision appears to have opened the door for Al-Hilal, who moved quickly and are now close to completing the deal. For West Ham, the transfer fee represents a significant financial boost as they prepare for life outside the Premier League. Now here's another transfer battle that could become one of the biggest stories in European football. Manchester City are reportedly pushing to sign highly rated Lille midfielder Abubakar. The 18-year-old has attracted interest from several top clubs across Europe after an outstanding breakthrough season in France, covering ground effortlessly, winning possession aggressively, and showing composure in high-pressure matches. Reports suggest City have already reached an agreement on personal terms with the player, although negotiations between the two clubs are still ongoing. Manchester United have admired the player in the past, but whether they re-enter the race may depend on what happens with Warren Zaïre-Emery. If United successfully land Zaïre-Emery, it's difficult to imagine them spending another huge fee on a second young midfielder, but if that deal collapses, don't be surprised if new names reappear on the shortlist. And finally, there's one story every Manchester United supporter should pay attention to, not about transfers, but about Old Trafford itself. Several of Manchester United's biggest supporters groups have come together to challenge the club over its recent crackdown on ticket misuse. The club says the campaign is designed to stop ticket touting and protect genuine supporters. However, many long-time season ticket holders claim they've received unexpected emails asking them to verify their accounts and the devices they use to access them. Supporters groups argue that loyal fans are being caught up in a system meant to target resellers, not regular match-going supporters. Manchester United have responded by saying that, at this stage, affected fans are simply being asked to provide information, and no action will be taken unless they fail to respond within the stated deadline. Now let's finish with one final football update. Manchester United's attack is becoming one of the biggest talking points heading into the new season. During the opening pre-season match, the team struggled to create clear-cut chances. While it's only pre-season and results should never be overreacted to, it highlighted one obvious concern: the lack of a fully fit natural centre-forward. Benjamin Šeško is still recovering from a shin injury and has not yet returned to full training. The club continues to monitor his recovery carefully, but with the Premier League season approaching, time is becoming an important factor. If he isn't ready for the opening fixtures, United will need another solution, and that could mean Joshua Zirkzee gets another opportunity to lead the line. The Dutch striker knows expectations are high after a difficult first season, and this pre-season could be his biggest opportunity to prove he deserves a long-term future at Old Trafford. There is also flexibility within the squad, as Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha are capable of playing through the middle if needed, although both are generally more effective in wider attacking roles. So, while Manchester United have strengthened several areas of the squad this summer, the striker position remains one of the biggest questions still to be answered, and with the transfer window still open, don't rule out another surprise before the deadline. So, let's quickly recap today's biggest headlines. Manchester United are preparing a move for Warren Zaïre-Emery, but convincing PSG will be far from easy. Academy sensation JJ Gabriel could be on the verge of his first senior appearance. Tynan Thompson has officially joined the club as another exciting young prospect. The future of Alejandro Garnacho remains uncertain, with Aston Villa continuing to monitor his situation. United's interest in Crysencio Summerville appears to be over, while Manchester City continue pushing to complete another major signing. And finally, questions remain over United's attacking options as the countdown to the new Premier League season continues. The next few weeks could define Manchester United's entire season, and that's exactly why you need to be here for it. So if you don't want to miss any breaking transfer news, confirmed deals, injury updates or exclusive Manchester United coverage, make sure you subscribe to Final Whiz right now. And turn on notifications, because we bring you these stories first, and I don't want you finding out from anyone else. Hit the like button if today's update helped you stay ahead, And now I want to hear from you. Which signing would improve Manchester United the most? Warren Zaïre-Emery, another striker, or someone completely different? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.